What's up, YouTube? It's been a little while. Today is the day I'm going to start to finally swap out my upper control arms. Got these tubular ones here we're going to put in. So I'm going to take you through the process. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull the wheel off. Make sure you got some jack stands under there. And that's to start this party. Next thing, we got the wheel off and jacked up. Everything, the suspension's going to hang down. It's going to make it tight here between the, trying to get the ball joint apart. So I have a floor jack under the A-arm, lower control arm. I can jack it up and that'll give me some space here because I'm sure I'm going to have to use my pick fork, ball joint splitter to get in there. And I'm also going to take this caliper off to give me a little bit more room because I'm actually changing the calipers, but that's going to be another video. All right, I already pulled the cotter pin out. So we gotta get this nut right here. That's gonna be 22 millimeter. All right, it was kind of hard to film it, but I broke the ball joint loose. I left the nut in the bottom that won't fling. So it was pretty easy using this fork. Okay, there it is. I just wiggled that fork. I hit it a couple times with a hammer, it popped loose, pretty easy. And then I just pulled the upper arm loose, freed it up from the spindle. And now we're gonna start. We gotta get these, that's the head of the nuts, or the bolts I should say, up under there. If I hit them with an impact from this side and just hold the nut side with a wrench. But also make sure you keep a count of how many spacers you have in there for alignment. All right, I pulled the first nut off. But these are the washers here, spacers, that are used for your alignment. I have on both sides. You want to keep up with them and put them back in the same place. All right, I got the old arm out. Like I say, it was pretty easy. Basically, once you just get those two nuts off that was there, and you tap the bolt back, and they come loose, and pull it right out. This is a bolt that came out that actually holds the A-arm. As you can see, it's got these knurling here that makes it hold it into the frame itself. So after you get the nut out, loose I should say, you can leave it maybe just a couple threads even, and then just tap it with a hammer, and then it'll knock the bolt out. That's where you want to do it. You can't really put a socket because it's not made to spin. That's why it has this little knurling here. So that's just a little note to make for you guys. What's up, YouTube? It's been a little while. Today is the day I'm going to start to finally swap out my upper control arms. Got these tubular ones here we're going to put in. So I'm going to take you through the process. All right, got all the disassembling completed for this side here. Well, I had it all apart. I figured I would clean some stuff up and paint it a little bit. Spots that I couldn't get to when the stock arms was on there. All right, let's start the assembly. All right, I just stuck the bolts in just to get them started. And I'll slip the arm through, or we'll put the bolts through the arm. And now I'm just going to start the nuts, get them on in. Okay, all right, I got the bolts in, and nuts snugged up. So next thing I do, I got to put the spacers in here that I took out the stock arms, and then I can finally do a final tightening. All right, what I had to end up doing was taking my floor jack and jacking up on the control arm, and then sorry about my hand. I put it through just until I could get the nut through, the post through. And now I'm gonna start the nut, a 17 millimeter. And that needs to be torqued down to 80 foot-pounds. Okay, I started the nut on there by hand. And take a little tighter. This is 17 millimeter. So if you want to run that tight, you're going to put the torque wrench on it. All right, ready to go. All right, I got my torque wrench out. I'm going to put it 83 pounds. All right, this one side is done. It's kind of hard to film at times and work, but I got that nut on, the stud for the ball joint, and I put the cotter pin in. I don't know if you can see it. I can't see it my angle. But anyway, I put the cotter pin in after tightening it down to 83 foot-pounds. So let's move on to the next side. Okay, we got it in, and we torqued that nut. We got that nut torqued down to 80 pounds, 83 pounds, foot-pounds, and put the cotter pin in. So it wasn't too bad of a job, actually. Not bad at all. So I think I'm gonna start on the other side now. So it's gonna be the same procedure. So it's like always, comment, like, subscribe, and thanks guys for viewing.